Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 13th of May 2020. Welcome to video number 138. Today I want to kind of provide you with, I think, the shortest video about communication you can get. That's why I call it, communication for dummies. But I hope it's gonna help you, gents, to kind of figure it out how to communicate, and this simple 3 steps should explain most of it. So here we go. First of all, don't assume. Don't assume that you know, because you'll end up like me today. I spent over an hour. I was talking with one of my friend's ladies. She helped me. She was helping with some of the material, some stuff that I'm working on, and my language is not. I'm not native English. You probably hear that, but I use some word that she kind of understood differently, and even though for me the whole context kind of explained it all, she thought it understood it differently. And then after 45 minutes, we basically ended up figuring out that we wasted the last 45 minutes because we tweaked and changed this or that, even though now when we understand what exactly I mean, everything has to be changed again to some degree. So this is one of those. Don't assume that what you think and what you understand is exactly what the other side is picking up, because you've got to know that we wasted 45 minutes. But if you're in a relationship, you might end up arguing about two completely different things. So that's why it's very important for you not to assume. So it's better to ask 2 additional questions. And say, listen, this is how I understand it. Is that what you're saying? Is that what are we talking about? Because if not, it would be good to clarify that. So don't waste your time. Don't end up arguing about things that that are not there, and just don't assume. Point number 2. It's a matter of perspective. I've seen a picture on the internet somewhere that there's a huge number 9 written on the ground, and there's a person looking at it and say, a number 9. And the other person who's standing the opposite of them, they're saying, no, but it's 6. But the first person said, no, it's 9. But they say, no, it's 6. And this is very, very basic and very kind of stupid even example, but it shows you how perspective matters. And interestingly enough, when you say that it's 9, it doesn't really mean that from their perspective it's not 6. So if you think that you're right, it doesn't mean that they are not right as well, because the whole point is that you don't have all the data. You don't see what they see. You don't think what they think. You don't know what they think, and it's all about you giving them a shadow of a doubt that maybe they know something that you don't know. And that's why it's much better not to, again, assume that your perspective is the only right perspective, because it's many times it won't. So don't allow yourself to kind of say that, no, but my way is the best way or the only way. Because you'll find soon enough that it's not. It's just, few additional data, and you say, you're right, from your position it looked like 6. So then, when you see it from their perspective and see that I was not really right, it's like, because it looks like 6 from their perspective, then you can start to kind of figure out how can we allow ourselves and help others to see both point of views, because then it might change the whole conversation. So don't assume, and it's all about perspective. And point number 3, never allow yourself, based on what we said already, to raise emotions, to get angry, to start to yell. Because even if you're right, nothing gives you a reason, and nothing gives you a permission to act like a jerk. So I think that's self-explanatory. Many times we just argue about stupid things, and then when you figure out that it was just misunderstanding, or even if you get to the point that you're right, then you prove to be right, and then you feel like a jerk because you're screaming for nothing. Because if you're right, why would you scream? Why would you yell? Why would you make this whole scene? So just kind of, this is what I want to tell you from this video. It's simple. Don't assume. It's a matter of perspective. Never raise your voice, because nothing gives you permission to act, like a jerk. And it's all basically about behaving like adult. Give yourself permission to act like adult, even if you have to show that you allow yourself to calm down, be patient. Maybe it's needed. Just act like an adult. And then giving someone else, the shadow of doubt, and maybe they know something you don't know. Maybe, maybe they're having a bad day. Just, you can be patient for a second, right? Or just, let's treat ourselves like adults, and then you will see that, making that, the building a relationship, talking, it doesn't have to be your wife. It can be your child, it can be your father, your mother, your colleague, Santa Claus. The communication is just a matter of you finding a way to see what the other person sees, and just talk it out. So this is what I want you to take from this video. As Dan Pena always, or many times, says, never underestimate how wrong you can be. So that's why never allow yourself to act badly just because you think you're right, or you want to prove that you're right. Don't assume, and just try to see the other perspective, or the other point of view. Think about it and do something about it, because if you apply this simple rules for dummies, you'll see that building relationship and building communication, it's so easy and so enjoyable. It just makes everything work. If you like this video, comment or give me a shout what you think, or if you didn't, even more. And if there's anything you want me to record about, just give me a shout. I'll be glad to do it for you. That being said, see you tomorrow.